Everything out of me. They gonna get a Super Bowl out of me. Believe that. Believe that. I'm a Raven. It's on. All year. Every year.
Hey guys, welcome in. This is Jordan for Raven Flash Report. We're going to be talking about the Week 1 game preview for the Ravens versus the Houston Texans. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited for the first game of the season. Finally ready to be back in the regular season of football. And although the offseason and the preseason were pretty exciting for Ravens fans as far as OBJ and Lamar, Zay Flowers, the Dobbins situation back and forth, whatever it was, all that stuff is now behind us, and we are now able to finally get to some regular season football, and I am stoked. So, this isn't going to be a huge game preview because, well, we really just don't know anything. We can speculate and we can talk about what we might see or what we want to see, which is what I'm going to be doing, but, as far as what our expectations are, we really have nothing to go on. So, as usual, the Ravens in the preseason, they keep things fairly vanilla, and we can kind of glean a little bit from some of their play calling and some of their personnel choices, but for the Ravens, who knows? That could be a smokescreen. You know how they are. So, all right. So, just to get into this, I have it broken down into a couple of different topics. So, the first one we're going to cover is the players the players to watch, I guess you could say, for the Texans for me. And in no particular order, defensive end Will Anderson, quarterback C.J. Stroud, and running back Dameon Pierce. So, Dameon Pierce was an excellent running back his rookie season, and that was basically when he was the only threat on the team. So now with quarterback C.J. Stroud, they have, somebody can actually get the ball out, and, we'll see what he looks like as a rookie against this Ravens defense. We'll see if he's able to step up to the challenge, or if he's going to be, having a rough day, a long week 1, so to speak. And Will Anderson, let's see what he looks like against this offensive line. Last year we were one of the best, and most of them, 4 out of 5, are back. So, let's see what Stanley and Moses, and let's see what these guys look like against, some pressure in the regular season. None of our offensive line guys, starters, played in the preseason, so we'll see how they look against, this talented defensive end. So, for the Ravens, the players to watch that I have here, Odafe Oweh, outside linebacker, quarterback Lamar Jackson, and wide receiver Zay Flowers. So, Odafe Oweh, I'm really excited because everyone in camp has been talking him up like he's going to make this huge jump this year, and he's kind of putting things together, which I really hope so. I really do. So I'm really excited for what he can do for us, and the room needs him. Quarterback Lamar Jackson, who doesn't want to see Lamar Jackson? Players to watch. He's going to be one of the top players this week across the league to watch. And then Zay Flowers, same thing, is he going to be able to produce in the regular season the way he was in the preseason? It looks like it. It doesn't look like, and no offense to Isaiah Likely, but it doesn't look like that kind of drop-off where he does really good against 2s and 3s and maybe not quite as well when the lights are a little bit brighter. Zay Flowers looks like he's ready for day 1, so I'm really excited to see what he's got. Hey guys, real quick, if you're enjoying the video so far, go ahead and give it a like. And if you want more, you can head over to my channel and hit that subscribe button while you're there. Also, if you know anyone who is a Ravens fan that might enjoy this video, please share it with them. Alright, let's get back to the video. Speaking of what I want to see, these are kind of the top 5 things that I'm really interested in looking at beyond just the specific players to watch. I want to know what our pass rush looks like. Obviously, yes, that does tie into Odafe Oweh, but at the same time, what do our other guys look like? What does Clowney look like? What does Ajabo, does he look a little bit better? What does that rotation look like? Number 2, what does our pass-to-run ratio look like? Again, I'm not sure if this is going to be 100% what it's going to look like for the rest of the season. One game is a very small sample size, and part of that's going to be dependent on, are we up? Are we down? Are we blowing them out, or, is it more competitive? So, we'll see what that looks like. Number 3, does Lamar have any rust, or does he look accurate? So these are his numbers that were reported for week ones as Lamar Jackson has as the starter. These are his numbers. So he's 73 of 105, or 69.5% completion percentage, 1,047 yards, 12 touchdowns, 1 interception, 8 sacks. Rushing, he has 28 attempts for 154 yards, 4 fumbles with 2 fumbles lost. So a good amount of TDs. The fumble thing is a little bit of an issue, which I'm hoping is cleared up by him not running as often. I mean, I know we all remember the Miami Dolphin 2019 opening, and even against the Raiders, we lost that game in overtime, but Lamar looked really good. And then again, even last year up against the Jets, he looked pretty good. Lamar usually does pretty good in the first game of the season. Of course, that also tends to carry over into the rest of the season as well. Anyway, so number 4, how does the pass protection look on third down? And obviously not just third down, but really when the Texans are allowed to pin their ears back, and again, Will Anderson, we'll see what he looks like. What does that pass protection look like? Does Lamar have to fight for his life? How does it look? How do these guys mesh so far? And then number 5, how much did we win by? I mean, I'm pretty sure a couple of the sports books and Vegas and national medias have us around almost a double-digit win. So, I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, any given Sunday. The Ravens are the better team. They should win this game. And I think the unpredictability of this new Todd Monken offense, mixed in with the fact that the Ravens defense is going up against a rookie quarterback and a team that overall is not, they're still in their rebuild. They're certainly not a complete team. And they're probably not even going to do well in their own division. But at the same time, what do we look like? So now these are some things that I expect to see. I do expect to see some penalties on both sides and missed calls by the refs. This is their first regular season action too. Not that I'm not going to be hollering at them if they get it wrong, but it is what it is. Number 2, I think Lamar breaks out for a big run. And it's not mainly from a jitters thing. It's more so that, Lamar loves football, and he just exudes this fun atmosphere. And I think he's just going to want to take off some of these times. And I don't think Todd Monken's really going to be in his face about not doing that. I think he wants him to play the sort of football that Lamar is great at playing. And that means breaking out for a big run every once in a while. Number 3, I do expect a big play or two from the Texans. This is going to come up again a little bit later, but the secondary is still a little bit of a concern for me. But at the same time, number 4, a turnover by Stroud due to pressure. And I think this is just going to be him kind of maybe second half of the game, just sort of trying to get something going, and he just throws it up there. And either Hamilton comes down with it, or Marcus Williams, or somebody's back there to take that away from the Texans. So, last one here, a strong run game by both teams. Both teams have good running backs. Even behind Dameon Pierce is Devin Singletary. So, good stable of guys on both teams, and I do expect them to be utilized in this game. All right, last piece, other notable things, just other things that I'm curious about. Again, does the secondary look sketchy, right? Like, how many big plays do they allow? Does the pressure help them more, or are they able to kind of hold their own? Number 2, who is the leading receiver by the end of the game? Is it Mark? Is it Zay? Is it OBJ? Is it Bateman? And then sort of along that line, but a little more broad, who gets the game ball, right? So who is the player that really is the star of the game? Whether it's offense or defense, doesn't matter. Who makes the big play, who makes a huge hit or a turnover, or scores a touchdown or two, who knows? But yeah, so these are just my thoughts about the upcoming game. Really, really excited to watch it. Really excited to cover after the game. And I'll have another video out for you guys soon. Until then, enjoy the game, and I'll see you afterwards. Bye.